Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to the channel. This is Building Websites. I am Nev. Today I just want to run you guys through some quick things, showing you the method to my madness. I have a client that I have set up and I have to build a website for them. So I figured it's a great opportunity for me to show you guys exactly what I do and how I do it. If you are interested in building websites for others, for yourself, you can click the link below in the description box somewhere. And you can come over to buildingwebsites.co.za and purchase the Webstack as well as a free tutorial on how to. All our plugins are premium. Everything you see here will be available to you. So let's get started. Let's see. I want to actually just concentrate more on how I install the plugins and how I go about doing that. But before we can get there, I actually need to install the WordPress and everything. So it's actually a great time for me to start, and then we can just go through all of it as I think through everything and just lay out my thoughts. Of course, I got my standard operating procedures right next to me so that I can never get lost. That is also available to you. So let's just get started. Obviously, there'll be some things that will be blurred out for sensitivity reasons. This client specifically is using a different domain registry for their website specifically that we don't normally use. But that also goes to show that there needs to be flexibility. We use Access Technologies normally as our preferred hosting company, and these guys are using something completely different, so things might look different as we go ahead. And then we'll just figure that out as we go on forward. So first steps first, we got to go into the control panel and actually install the WordPress website itself. And there you go. Sometimes it doesn't give you this pop-up initially, and if it doesn't, we did go through that in the tutorial itself, but you will just go through to the WordPress management section and follow the prompt instructions over there. Once again, we just want to make sure that we don't install any of these extra plugins. Even though they come free, we don't need them because we'll be using our own premium tools. So we're just clicking in installing WordPress. Just make sure we got the latest versions available. Make sure the directory is empty so that there's not an extra file created for the website itself. Make sure everything is reading correctly. Alright, and then of course I will now just set the password here, so just give me a second. Let me just fill in this information. Okay, so now that we have installed all the we put in our information, we can also just make sure that none of these, once again, these things are unticked. They do come free with the installation, but we will be using our own. And then we'll just come back down here and we'll click install, and WordPress will do its own thing. So we'll just allow that as well for a few minutes for that to install. Congratulations. Alright, so now that that's done, we can come back here left to the tool option. This will take us back here to the control panel tools. Just going to close this AI nonsense. Now next step, we are going to create emails for the client themselves, and we'll only be creating 2 emails for them at the moment. Of course, everything here will be blurred out. So these will only be the admin and the sales for them at this point in time, because that's all that they're actually just looking for. Give the people what they want and they'll go away. Okay, for the email section, I like to copy and paste all the information like this into a document for the client. That way they can also access the stuff and log into their own emails onto their own devices when they wish to do that going forward in the future. So I'm just gonna do this and create the admin and the sales emails, save it where it needs to be, and then I'll come back to you guys. Okay, so both our emails are done, so let's just continue with the steps. We'll go back to the tools option and we'll check out the PHP settings for the website, as well as the making sure just everything is in order in terms of the website is secure and everything like that. So we'll just come over here to the management just to make sure everything is set. Normally they will say a let's encrypt button here, which it does. Let's wait for the page to finish loading, and then we'll click let's encrypt, and it will ask you to turn on redirect to the HTTPS. We'll turn that on. Boom. Come back to tools. Let's find the PHP selector option. Here we go. There's a few things we want to just allow the PHP files to be able to allow into the website, things like PDFs and things like that, as well as just the other options. Let's just check here. So we can click PDF, image gig. Those are the things that I personally like to enable, and file info. Okay, once those are extended options, I will come over here. I'll just make sure all the memory inputs and outputs are correct on the system. Can increase the limit memory, make the post memory smaller than the upload memory or the same. It's pointless to upload something that can't handle on the post. So what I like to do is make my upload size half the size of my post size. That way, if I am posting something to the site, if I upload to anything half of the size, then I would at least still give myself more room to still add context and content to the post itself. Alright, so now that that is done, come back to tools. That should help me refresh everything. And we are almost ready to install our plugins. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to WordPress Manager, and then we are going to launch the website quickly. Just going to click in login. It's probably going to ask us for some password information, etc. It's asking us to create a new password. I think I want to do the same password, so be right back. Okay, we are logging in. I'm just bookmarking my things, that way I know where they are. Okay, so we've successfully installed WordPress. Now let's just go through these plugins. I just wanted to show you guys the amazing set of Webstack that I have available, to be honest. So let's just delete what there is, and then let's start installing from the top. First thing I like to install is a activity log. This keeps everybody accountable, as well as transparent on what is going on going forward in the website. Sometimes clients will be funny, sometimes you can try to pull some tricks. This just keeps everybody accountable. Everyone can see when everyone logged in. This consistently reports on changes being made onto the site. That way it's easier to track and see who's doing what and what is actually happening at all times. So we install activity log. Okay, and then I like this other cool little plugin called ASC. It is actually an admin site enhancement. This just allows us to hide certain elements on the website away from the client on the back end. This helps keep things very smooth, as well as also allows for less mistakes to happen. Sometimes clients want to update things that they shouldn't, or they get freaked out by specific notifications that they don't need to worry, that they don't actually have to bother about. So we are just going to eliminate all of those things by hiding notifications and disabling all updates. That way when we are going to update the website, we'll know that we need to disable the setting first before we'll be able to do any of the updates for the site. Okay, next we're going to come to plugins. Back to plugins. Let's see. Now this is where the stuff gets fun. If you are a building websites student, you would have access to this. And I hope you do, because our staple Webstack is really good. Let's go into Wordfence. Let's install Wordfence. Okay, once you've installed, let's just go back. We are still here at the plugins. Let's just close all of these things. We'll just add the license as well, the activator. So we'll click add plugins again, upload, choose a file, select the activator, and then install the activator. This will then complete the Wordfence installation process. The only thing we have to do now is we have to come back to Wordfence, go to the dashboard, and we just want to activate the firewall completely. Here you will get the full tutorial on how Wordfence works and how everything is. As you can see here, Wordfence is protection activated, and we'll just click here manage the firewall. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to click here optimize the firewall, and it's going to ask you to download a couple of files to the PC, and that way it will now optimize the firewall to make sure that you have optimum protection and everything should be 100% over here. If you want to just check to see, you will see if you come in to the tools section, all of the Wordfence things would be available to you. This is where you could block specific IP addresses, run logistics, do audits on your website, and all those things. As you can see here, this is the purple looking one. This is the most premium Wordfence that you will find. So let's continue. Let's go to add plugin, and this time we're going to do everyone's favorite, which is Elementor, something that most are using as a building block. We'll just come back to your link provided in the Webstack, in the tutorial, and you'll come back into the file, find the Elementor folder, first install the regular one, once you have the Elementor installed, you want to be clicking activate plugin, and then from there, once it's activated, we are going to install the pro version of the plugin as well. Obviously, if you are going to get promoted to this, you can create an account. I'm not going to create one because this is for my clients. So at the moment, I'm just going to create, click the X over there, and I'm just going to continue with the installation process. So I'm going to come back here to install plugins. I'm going to click on add plugins, upload plugin, choose a file, come back to the folder, and this time we are going to install the pro version of Elementor. Install, and then we'll just wait for a moment for the files to run, and then we are going to click activate once again. Okay, so once the pro version is ready to go, you just click activate, and the plugin should activate. There you go. Now we are going to just continue with the framework. We are going to install the next thing. Ooh, I went into the wrong spot, I apologize. We are going to go into appearance and themes. This time we are going to install the Astra theme. So we are going to come here and add. It should be on one of the first ones here on the list. I'm going to click install. Now, of course, in the main tutorial on the Webstack, I'm showing you exactly how we're also doing all of this, and there might be some extra source into me explaining all of my thought processes. For now, I'm just running through the entire framework so that you can see the effectiveness and the broad spread of the plugins that we do offer in the Webstack and how it actually can benefit you going forward. you get to download this onto your desktop, and you can use them going forward unlimited as much as you want for as many clients as you wish. Okay, so once Astra is installed, you just click activate, of course, and then after that we'll be going down back here to plugins, add a plugin. So of course we just added the regular Astra now. Now we are going to go and upload the pro version, so we're going to come back to the staple folder, Astra add-on. We are going to add this on and install the plugin. This is going to create our theme and create a pro version Astra theme. That way we get access to all the features as well. So alright, so all of this entire Webstack, remember guys, is available to you in our tutorial. So you can obviously, if you don't need the tutorial, you can just use the Webstack itself. But if you want to see how we are installing it, this is exactly the step-by-step you would have to follow as well in order to have these plugins work effectively onto your website. Okay, so now that we have Astra Pro as well, next we are going to install our caching app, which is the Rocket Pro, which is the WP Rocket. Alright, so upload file, choose Rocket Pro, and install. Okay, so once that is ready, you can just click activate, and that will activate the WP Rocket. Once the website is kind of built and everything, we'll go and configure some of these settings a bit more optimally to actually suit the website needs in terms of preloading the cache and making the images maybe load lazy load and things like that, just to actually get better search potential and better responsiveness for our website in general. So we'll be setting up those settings later on. The next plugin I want to do is actually an integration plugin that is available, and this we're going to be using for the email marketing, and it's called the integration for Elementor. Form send in blue, so you won't really find it too well. You need to just search for integration for Elementor form and then take it from there. Okay, remember guys, this is the one you're looking for actually. There are multiple ones once you'll be searching for integration for Elementor form, but make sure that this is the one by Webticker is the one that we want to be using. It is going to help us integrate our emails marketing software later on once we actually also configure that. So this is literally just me showing you the framework and the plugins that I use, and how I go about setting that up for the website actually as well. Once we've set that up, we also want to now install the SMTP plugin, which is going to help with the communication of the form, the integrated form, to actually ensure that the emails deliver to where they need to be. And to do that, we'll just come back to the Webstack and we'll look for the Mail SMTP Pro plugin, and we'll just click install. For now, obviously as well, we're not going to integrate it just yet. We are just going to install the plugins, and then we'll come back and then we'll finish looking at the other parts of the website, as in how the Elementor works, how I go about setting up, making things look aesthetically pleasing. And we'll also look at the workflow, brand kits, how do you go about doing all of that with the client in mind and everything. So we'll go through that perhaps in a later video. Perhaps I will make this one long video and then we will just cut it up into sections. Let's see. So WP Mail installed. I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the dashboard because I have not set up the email marketing tool just yet, so it's pointless for me to set this up, but I just want to make sure that my plugin is correct. So here you can see I'm on a pro level key. Everything is sorted. This is where we will now select Brevo, and then we will create our API keys with Brevo later on and install those things there. But for now, let's just save. So things can just remain as is. We don't need that. Okay, and I think the website's framework is kind of set. I do know that the client is also going to have a shop, so I'm just going to add Woocommerce, and I'm not sure what their Paygate integration is at this point in time, so I'm just going to add Woocommerce, and then I'm going to go ahead and continue with the build. We still have to do some minor things, but for now most of the plugins are done. I think 2 more plugins to go, and then we are actually all set for the website framework. So here's Woocommerce. So it's going to install Woocommerce and activate it. Once you have activated the Woocommerce, I'm just going to skip the setup guide, of course, because I still need to install the entire product. We'll just go ahead and put a location for the store. Wait for this to load, and then at least we know most of that is also set up. So now the next things we need to do is just integrate Google onto the website and integrate our email marketing onto the website, and then once we start building, everything will be good to go. So I know sometimes people have different workflows to how they also want to achieve what I've just done. The only reason why I'm also doing it in this manner, it's easier to teach, as well as then anyone can pick up inside the workflow and actually just copy and paste exactly what I'm doing, and you'll get the exact same results. Obviously, if you are going to do something different, you might end up with something completely different. Things might not work as they're supposed to, so just be mindful of that as well. There's a reason why I did the steps I did. So if you want to get the exact same results, just copy me. Just copy all the steps. You can go, once again, you can go to buildingwebsites.co.za, and you'll be able to get all the plugins that you saw me install onto the website for one specific fee, and that is included into the tutorial that we are actually teaching people how to do their own websites for themselves, or they can do it for a business for others, like I am currently doing right here. So there is that. So take advantage of that. The price will always remain the same. It is I don't know what it is in dollars, but in rands it is 1,000 rands. So for interest sake, let's just see what the price is. So for $58, 59 bucks, you can get yourself a complete WordPress tutorial, including the entire installation process, as well as my standard operating procedures, and including all the plugins and setup that we use actually to get the websites our clients desire. Alright, so take advantage of that, guys. Next we're going to install Rank Math, which is going to help us with search engine optimization as well as Google. Very simple. We are just going to come back to the plugin section like we just did, and we're just going to click add plugins, and this is going to then allow us to go back into the Wordstack with a folder where all the plugins are laying, and then we'll just continue with the process. So upload, choose file, Rank Math Pro, and we are going to install. Okay, like previously before, once the plugin is installed, you just click activate plugin. Most of the time after you click activate, it will either take you back to the plugin page, or it will take you into the plugin itself to be optimized for settings or set up for profiles and stuff like that. You then get to decide if you want to follow through with the process, just continue installing the plugins. I would recommend you just continue doing the plugins and do all the installations later on. The configurations, I apologize. So once that is done, we can come back here and we can add now the Google Site Kit. Google Site Kit will allow us then to integrate all of our analytic tools and search engine tools, console tools, AdSense tools into the website on the back end. Much easier. It will link with Rank Math, and then we won't have to worry too much. going forward about that. It will work consistently in the back end, crawling our website, making sure the website is ranking effectively onto Google. As long as we are using rank math with our keywords, targeting correctly, doing the other things correctly, then we'll be winning. Alright guys, and as you can see, we are actually all done with today. This is all the plugins that the website will require to run successfully. These are all pro and premium stuff. You can now go ahead and build as you want and create the website for your clients as you need. Like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys back for the next video.